Go cool, we live. Hey, yo, it's Rick. I'm back with Top Trio. I got Jonathan and Jose over here on the with me as well. We're ready to take on Captain America: Civil War. Whoop whoop!
Whoop,
Yeah,
whoop.
word to your mother. As long as her name's not Martha. Uh,
Oh, yes, I knew that was gonna happen.
well, we go into more detail of that later. But we had a great session four. I appreciate the people who chimed in and Kyle who won. It was a great time casting. Glad my boy people respected my pick as Gambit. Um, Taylor Kirsch, that,
Who?
that guy. Okay, so I'm gonna jump right
Billy.
into this. Billy, Texas forever.
Bailey.
Okay, first off, before I start, Jonathan and Jose, how y'all doing?
Good, man. How are you?
Jonathan, you can go first.
Oh, I thought we were just, saying how we doing first before we just jump right in it. All right. I'm
Oh
going
no
with
no
team.
no! I was saying how you guys doing
That's
before.
what I thought.
Yeah,
I thought we were just,
Jose's ready to ruin friendships already. We haven't got
right,
anybody.
We
he's
started
already-
talking about this morning. I'm like, this is what I've never really gotten into a fight before, but I'm pretty sure this is what a boxer must feel like. Because
Like,
I've been pumped all day to get into this conversation.
if you can see him right now, he's got that double Dutch stance when he's ready to jump into the jump rope, just going back and forth.
Do look like E Honda coming out this joint.
Ooh.
So this is what's going to happen. So we're gonna go into this debate. This may be
Right.
our last podcast. It may be the end of our friendship, but it was worth it.
It's been a good run.
Yeah,
Really good.
it's been real, people.
Yeah.
Okay, so the basis of this show is we want to find out who we're associated with. Am I Team Cap or I'm Team Iron Man? Is Jose and Jonathan either or are they gonna be neutral? But ain't no neutrality. Was it neutrality? That's the word, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Nah.
yeah,
Nah,
neutrality.
son. Ain't no neutral, son.
Yeah, okay, cool. Ain't no gray area.
Nah,
So,
son. Pick your
come on
side.
back.
I drive an automatic.
Okay, you know what? Since Jose's ready to go, like Jose has been holding back all day. Jose,
No.
fire off. Let's go.
Actually, what I'm going to do, I'm going to defer because we were talking about this earlier today, and I've pretty much just got counter arguments. I don't really have an argument.
Okay, you know what?
So you're gonna play defense?
Defense is the best offense. Man.
Okay, it is what we're gonna do. Right now, I'm gonna count to three, and we all three of us are gonna say what side we're on at the end. Okay, and then after that, no holds bar, no mercy. 1, 2, 3. Team Iron Man. Oh, yeah, I gonna say that?
Said no.
No.
You guys ain't Team Iron Man?
Nah. Who? Nah.
Team
No,
Iron
Jay.
Man.
Jay, handle the first round for me, boy.
Team Iron Man is like the New England Patriots.
Oh, that's cold.
All that
That's
talent.
cold.
All that talent. You just want to root for them, but you just can't. You just can't. I mean, don't get me wrong. If you haven't figured it out already, I'm going with Team Cap.
Boo. Sorry.
Tell me what you mean, son. My main reasons are just basic principles. It's the fact that,
Why are we going back to being basic again? Why are we doing this?
oh man,
Because someone like you has to understand this. Someone who thinks they're in Team Iron
someone who
Man.
votes for Team Iron Man obviously we have to speak in layman's terms for you to understand.
A
Okay.
vote for Iron Man is a vote for
Okay,
Trump.
cool. Break it down into like 2-word syllables that I can understand.
There we go. All right. So, Cap, yes, he's majorly doing this for Bucky because that's his boy, but he also sees the big picture, how this is going to start. You're talking about Big Brother type of issues. You're talking about putting people's identities out there. And yeah, I think one of the main things about it is the fact that some of those characters, a lot of people already know who their alter egos are. Like, say for Iron Man, he revealed himself at the very end of the first movie. So of course he wouldn't understand that plight. But the main thing about it is, and I think one of the main things about almost every comic book movie, every comic book show, is the reason why they wear that mask is to protect their identities, or majorly not to protect their identity, but to protect their families and friends. Because once a villain knows who that guy is, the first thing they're going to go to, since they can't beat that guy, Is it going to go to the girlfriend, the wife, the mom, the dad, the child, and stuff like that? So it's basic principles, man. You don't want your identity out there. It doesn't need to be out there. I hate to say this. I have to put this footnote in. As much as I want to root for Cap and Bucky, Team Iron Man has the squad. You got Black Panther. You got Spidey.
Yo.
But eventually, I think we all know that one of those two, or at least, or probably both, are going to switch teams. It's going to be a lot of team switching by the end of the movie anyway. So even though it's like just like the NFL draft when it comes to this movie, it's not going to. The team at the beginning is not going to be the team at the end. But once again, Team Cap all the way.
Okay. Jose, how you want to handle this?
I'll let you go first because there's nothing you can bring up that I don't have a counter argument for. So I'll let you go.
Okay, cool. Okay, for purposes of this podcast and for just in general, I'm Team Iron Man. Let me just say this: I am not a fan of Iron Man. I will say this: Robert Downey Jr. makes an amazing Iron Man, and he was the vanguard. Now I look at Captain America being that vanguard, eventually going over to Spider-Man. The reason I'm Team Iron Man, straight out, the first reason is his cast, his supporting fighters are just ridiculous.
Squad, people would call it.
I mean, you have Vision, you got Black Panther, you got Spider-Man. You got Black Widow, in a sense. We'll see how that works out.
Baby girl.
You got War Machine, which is one of my personal favorites, but he's probably going to get down. And I say this again, I said this in 3 podcasts already. If Falcon is the one that drops this man, I'm walking out the movie theater. Just going to throw that out there. But the reason I'm Team Iron Man is not because of Iron Man in a sense. It's because everything dealing with Captain America. Like, I love Cap. I love when it came to the comics. I was pro Cap in the comics. I want to be pro Cap in this one, but it looks like his reasonings are all jacked up. I don't think he even took a chance to even think about, hey, is this a good idea or bad idea? His thing right now is, okay, look, is this constitutional? Where's Bucky at? I ain't trying to be dealing with this right now. I don't know what the hell they're even talking about. All these big words. My thing with Cap is, dude, in this movie, this movie. Not the comic books. In this movie, he's being irrational. He's being straight up irrational.
He is being irrational.
Yeah.
The same way Tony Stark was irrational in Age of Ultron.
Okay, what's the thing? Like the argument they had. He said never trust a man. He don't trust a man on the dark side. He was saying that aren't we supposed to be fighting the fights to end the war so we can go home? Captain America is not built like that. Captain America cannot sit around and not do anything. He can't sit around and do laundry, talk to the girl across the hall, who's eventually on his team that's going to get dogged by Black Widow. But I ain't gonna talk about that.
Obviously.
I mean, she's not even in the trailer. She probably died before she even walked into the room. So
she's in one of the posters. The
posters, but she ain't in the trailer though.
Let's not put no screen time on Peggy Carter's great granddaughter. Jesus Christ.
Nah, but I just want to say, me personally, when it comes down to Captain America, I think in this movie in particular, not the storyline, but this movie, he's being irrational. It's just the fact that he's not trying to see from nobody else's standpoint. If you're Captain America, you got to be pro-America. This is what America wants. If you're not going to be the symbolism for America, you need to take off the clothes and everything else.
I got the counter argument for that.
Okay, cool.
That's what we need to start kind of accepting that there is a distinction between what is America and then what is the American government. Those are two totally separate things.
This is why we have Donald Trump running for president.
I know. See, this is what happens when people see. That's the thing, and that's why a lot of I think unnecessary stuff happens when we have that mentality. Like, I love this country. I'm proud to be an American. I can't stand what my government has done sometimes, or what they're capable of doing. But to me, when I think of America, I don't think of past presidents, and I don't think of people in Washington D.C. sitting on chairs running shit, making hundreds of $1,000s a year. That to me, that's not what the principles of America are. The principles of America are standing by your friends, doing the right thing, and anytime you, as an individual, lead to impose your views or your like you said, kind of end the war, you're imposing your views and what you stand for against the entire world. And a lot of people can make the argument that that's why we're in so much trouble now, because a lot of the people in the U.S. government have that feeling that, like, oh, we're American, we can go do whatever we want, and then these people here have to suffer for it, and then we pay those consequences later down the road. And that's what Cap is smart enough to see, that that's not the path that this country is headed for. That's not the path where the greatness that our people can be is, like, that's not the path towards it.
Okay, I'm gonna say this. That was extremely patriotic. I'm like tearing in my right eye right now.
Mm-hmm.
But when I think of America, I think of Guile from Street Fighter.
Yep.
I think of Captain America.
Yep.
I think of the Guile theme song, and I think of Tim Tebow. That's it. Can't get no more American than that.
Okay. Do you think Tim Tebow would impose his views or his power on others?
Okay, and guess what happened when he did that? He got kicked out of Denver.
Yeah, and as much as that sucked, he did it for the benefit of his team.
No. Guess what happened though?
They won a Super Bowl 2 years later.
They won a Super Bowl because the governing factor of that organization thought was the best interest for that team worked.
Okay, exactly. So, by that logic, do you think they made the right decision?
Yes. Because they won, the outcome worked. I mean, the whole reason.
Okay. Okay.
What if they didn't win?
Okay. You know what? And I'm gonna play it from both sides.
What if they didn't win?
Okay. As people who support Captain America and a person who supported Tim Tebow.
I'm glad that Tim Tebow's getting being brought back to the forefront here.
Is he a Marvel character all of a sudden?
But see, the thing is,
he should be.
He should be.
Tim Tebow represents everything great about football. He's a great guy. You know, he held himself at a certain stature. I cried when he left. But you put a Band-Aid over it and you realize, hey, the bigger picture is this is what's at stake. We are not going to be able to win with this man. We got to put these things in place so we can be better. And that's what I think Tony Stark is doing it. But I think Tony Stark is going about it the wrong way. Tony Stark is no way in the right at all. And that's not why I'm even pro him. It's just like I'm just mad at Cap. Because Cap is just not playing the field the way he's supposed to play. This is not who Captain America's supposed to be. And that's where I am. But
like helping individuals? That's everything.
No, he's helping Bucky. Bucky killed
exactly.
People. He ruined Black Widow's bikini line.
People.
When you ruin a Black Widow's bikini line, all your arguments are invalid. That's how it works. They're not invalid. They're invalid anymore.
He doesn't worry about the crimes that you've committed. That's not his job. His job is not there to cast judgment. Okay, like you've done this, so let me go ahead and help you out. Oh, you've done this, now I can't help you. It's about the life. That's his job, and that's his role in this universe, is to do the right thing, regardless of what the act.
But he's
that
not
the
doing the
done.
right thing. Him protecting Bucky. What Bucky has done. No matter if he got himself together, he has to stay in trial and be accountable for his actions.
No, you're treating him as if he had control of himself. That's the problem.
Okay. So what happened? What happened? He reverts. If you pull Hulk in this movie, I guarantee Hulk would have got crucified in this movie just for the fact that things that happened in Age of Ultron.
So we talk about our actions and being held accountable for them. So let's go back to Age of Ultron, and you create this robot thing that kills everyone.
Okay.
They pretty much want
Why aren't we worried about Tony Stark standing trial first? Because I'm pretty sure Ultron killed a lot more people. Can you imagine the geological effects of just lifting an island off the face of the fucking ground?
Let me tell you something right now. The only reason Tony Stark is not in jail right now is because that was not on American soil. If Ultron had pulled that crap in America, you would not be seeing Tony Stark anywhere. He would got murked. They would have Hulk Hogan him.
But guess what?
He would never been mentioned.
America did not care about, what was it, Slacovia? Was that the name of it?
Exactly.
America was like, okay, cool.
That's why Tony Stark is still living and breathing above ground. If that happened in California, New York, Washington D.C., and everybody's like, well, how did this robot get all this power? That guy right there. Done deal.
But see, the reason I think Tony Stark is not being held accountable for it, because he's being the poster boy and the poster child right now for the movement. So it's like, okay, you've done all this wrong. So what we're going to do here is, guess what? We'll negate everything you've done wrong as long as you help us push this through. And I wouldn't be surprised that.
Is that right? Is that right?
No. That's the one hand. That's the one hand washing the other mentality.
Yeah. I never said Iron Man was in the right. I'm just against Cap.
But you're saying right there, you're weighing out what Cap is doing is you're saying Cap is doing is so much worse.
Iron Man's team. I'm Team Iron Man for his teammates.
Rhodey, let's talk about his teammates.
So you don't even like the team. You just like it because of the teammates. You don't even like the cause. You just like it because of
I'm trying to create an argument. I can't even create an argument for Iron Man because everything.
So why are you on the team?
All right, pick a teammate. Pick a teammate.
Okay. War Machine. America. Okay. America.
What about him makes you side with Captain America or with Iron Man?
Okay, I say first off, he works for the government. Everything Iron Man was in the movies, in the last 3, 4, 5 movies he was in, is everything War Machine is opposite of. You know, they got Stark's tech. He became that symbolism for America. He became Iron Patriot, which was, I don't want to talk about that. That's just, that one hurt.
We're not going to talk about. That means you saw Iron Man 3. Once again, we will not be talking about that right now.
We can talk about Iron Man 3.
No.
Yeah, the disappointment. What I'm saying is that War Machine, I love War Machine. I liked him since day one. War Machine is everything that Iron Man is supposed to be, in my opinion. Tony Stark does stuff just because of impulse. Okay, yeah, I'll just go ahead and create this impulse. I'll go ahead and do this because of impulse. Rhodey's like, look, Tony, he's like his better half, his little angel on his shoulder. If you do this, this is going to happen. If you do this, this is what's going to happen. I'm looking out for you, buddy.
So because of what the government says and War Machine follows it blindly, that's what makes you. Well, that's what makes you.
I wouldn't be surprised if War Machine is more of a Spider-Man from the comics than Spider-Man is in this. Because War Machine, he represents everything America is, and he's an Avenger, and he's pro helping Iron Man. He's in more turmoil than anybody else in this movie.
What? And he gonna die. That's what he gets for all his troubles. He gonna get shot right in the chest.
So your defense for this whole thing is War Machine.
It's War Machine.
No, not that's War Machine. Black Panther.
The least shown in the movie.
Obviously, Black Panther has some type of agenda because obviously he's pissed off of whatever happened.
Do you know why he's pissed off?
Oh, probably because of vibranium. What happened in Africa?
What I think it is that Bucky was. I think Bucky killed his dad.
Yeah, we were talking about
and then
so let's talk about that.
So at that point, it's the same reason for Cap. It's personal. So his reactions and his team are no better than Cap protecting Bucky.
Okay, so let me ask you a question.
If anything, it's worse. You're after revenge. He's after protection.
Okay, this is a Captain America movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right now, you pick everybody in the Avengers team. Who's the most symbolic character on the whole Avengers team? Who represents everything?
Captain America.
Thank you. So, in a sense, you're defending somebody who, no matter what, they all of a sudden they're perfectly fine. It could be a ploy. They could still be playing with you, or whatnot. We've seen that happen. And, unfortunately, it's DC. We see it happen in Flash all the time, where somebody is like, "Oh yeah, I love you, Barry. I'm gonna be here for you," and all of a sudden, the next day later, "Oh yeah, I'm the bad guy." It's probably not gonna happen in this movie, but you're having somebody who's killed multiple people, and guess what? When Iron Man finds out that he killed his parents, hopefully, all hell's gonna break loose. I mean,
so has Iron Man. Iron Man's killed a whole bunch of people. Cap has killed a whole bunch of people. No one said a damn word when he was out in Germany in World War II shooting a bunch of Nazis. So it's all a matter of how you're looking at it.
It's all about perspective.
I know.
It's all about what team
I'm Team Iron Man. Because, see, if I had to choose a side, like, just everything that embodies Captain America as a character, I love. But in this movie right now, this movie coming out, he's irrational. I'm not going to deny it. Tony Stark's is way beyond help.
Exactly. Tony is irrational.
And you're still on his team.
No, I'm on his team.
His reasons for doing this are, one, because he feels guilty, and two, to cover his ass.
So let me ask you a question right now.
So he's not doing it for the greater good. He's doing it for himself.
Let me ask you guys a question right now. If you're Captain America, after what happened to Ultron, Age of Ultron, do you not think that you want to whoop Iron Man's ass?
I would.
Oh, he didn't want to whoop his ass since Avengers 1.
Yeah. He's like, let's go a few rounds. I mean, I want these two to battle more than probably anybody else. I'm ready for this to go down because these two right here, when he ripped the log in half, I was like, oh yeah, you about to get jabbed in your face.
He about to get that 2-piece combo.
Yeah. Yeah. The reason I can't be on neither team. If I had to choose a team, I'd be on Team Iron Man just for the supporting characters. I can't support Captain America or Iron Man in this movie because both of them are irrational. You know, but we know we get for Tony Stark's. His Captain America's embodiment in this movie is going to be torn to pieces. They're going to display a totally different Captain America in this movie that we're accustomed to.
One thing I do want to just add real quick is because we're talking about Tony Stark and Captain America, is how they have both evolved and changed as far as their viewpoint is concerned. Yeah. Captain America was the wholesome Boy Scout, good old boy. He was all about the whole all-American values. And as he got older, as he became Captain America, as the Marvel Cinematic Universe unfolded, he started to see America and the other parts of the world as for what they really are. And if anything, that's changed him because he's not the same guy from the first Captain movie at all. The same with Tony Stark. Tony Stark was the chauvinistic, boozing, sexual type predator. You know, he was just the playboy, kind of like what Bruce Wayne's alter ego was, but this is what that's how Tony was in real life. And as he got older, he saw like the destruction his weapons caused. He saw the destruction that, you know, not having a team in place what could happen. He also saw what Ultron can do, so he progressed as well. So
yeah, because like if you remember in the first movie, he's like, "You want the Iron Man suit? You can't have it." Now he's like, "Here, have a suit here. Here's another suit.
I got another suit. I got 20 suits. Everybody can have
go ahead and get you a bunch of people's names and phone numbers and social security numbers."
Boom. Yeah. So they both changed. But yeah, it's just I can't personally. I wish it was that easy for me to just say Team Iron Man because of the squad. Because no offense,
yeah, that's where it is.
Black Panther and Spidey alone is reason enough for me to join Team Iron Man.
Dude, there's nobody. The problem with Scarlet Witch is Scarlet Witch. She had her full potential unlocked. I would say she was solo everybody. Dude, Team Iron Man is going to like.
You already got a scene. You already got a scene where she's got Vision on his knees. Yeah. Like I really. That's the thing about these trailers. They give so much, and I'm really trying not to watch anymore.
Yeah, I can't.
But there's a scene where them two are going at it, and she's using her powers, and she's got Vision of all people, Vision on his knees. Like, hey, what the hell? How powerful are you in that after all? Because I know we all know in the comics. I think they get together. I don't know if that's going to happen in the movie, but
yeah,
it's going down.
So what I'm gonna say is, Jose, I'm gonna let you have these probably last 2-3 minutes. If you can punch it in and say what else you gotta say.
All right.
Let's go ahead and get it in, and I'm gonna try to. I gotta knock out the contest stuff, but I'm gonna let you have his last 3 minutes. No interference from me or Jonathan. Go for it.
All right. So just from a logical standpoint, when you're talking about registration, you're talking about the government having access to the people that they want who have powers. You got to take a look at two things. One, we know Hydra is in the government. It happened with Gary Shandling's character, may he rest in peace. As a senator, he was a member of Hydra. I guarantee you he's not the only one. So off the bat, you have Hydra in government with access to these weapons. Second of all, do you know what happens when you let's say the registration passes and everyone like signs up? You know what happens if you don't agree with that when you're part of like military service and you don't go from what your commanding officers tell you? You get labeled a traitor, and that is a dangerous thing when you have these people with so much power. And I think that I understand like the need for what happened. You know, you want to feel safe and you want to feel protected. So, you know, terrible things happen and you want to have some level of safety or you know, comfort that everything's going to be okay. And I think it was Ben Franklin that said, those who would give up essential liberties to purchase a temporary safety deserve neither. And that's all of it boiled up into one.
There's so much patriotic stuff going on in this podcast. I'm going to have to go out and buy a flag and do the whole thing today. You know, I had to be the Star Spangled guy today.
This is the greatest country on earth, and it's not because of the government.
Oh yeah, I already told you, because of Gal, Tim Tebow, and Captain America.
And fried Oreos.
Fried Oreos, yeah.
God bless fried Oreos.
And chimichangas.
No, I don't think chimichangas is American.
They are. I lived in Latin America. They're pretty American.
Nobody speaks Latin anymore, so.
As American as Taco Bell.
That's true American food right there.
God damn, I love this country.
Love it.
Okay, cool. We'll take a quick break, guys, and I'll be right back. Okay, cool. So we're back. So we had everybody chime in on Marvel X DC site. If you go on Facebook, you can go to Marvel X DC, search it. You can join our group. You can join the discussion. We talk about just about everything geeky or doing just about anything. We talk about it. And we had a lot of responses. We had more responses in this podcast than most. And these people wrote essays. Like, these are like scholar worthy. And I'm pretty impressed with a lot of the responses. And it was really hard for us to choose. I know. Jose has some personal favorite responses. I had some personal favorites. Jonathan didn't care at all, but Jonathan came late again to the discussion. So,
man. Damn.
So, I'm probably just gonna read out our top 3 submissions, and then I'll give the winner out. I'll say who it is. But our top 3 submissions are. I'll put the names out there first. First is let me get their information before I script all their names. I script people's names before. Okay, so we got CJ Bright, Jason Falzone, and Jose, who has no last name. When I sent him his Ninja Turtles prize pack, I had to just put Jose, Mr. Jose, on the. I had no other. I couldn't even find what his last name was. He still ain't told me his last name.
Senior Jose.
Yeah, and I was like, I asked him, was the J silent, and he was like, nah. But I was like, okay, fine. So, okay, I'm gonna read these out right quick. I know we got stuff we gotta take care of. Let's see. Jason said, he's pro Team Cap. He said, let's face it, they don't need to be reined in. If it weren't for them, Loki and Chitauri would be ruling the world. Stark's only on board because he effed with Ultron. Let's totally ignore the fact that of the Battle of New York, London, and the DC incident was totally beyond all their control. But let's totally F over the best hope the world has because of Tony Stark's hubris, and a terrorist cell does what terrorists do. And I have no clue what that means, but they're making sense of it. So a terrorist cell does what a terrorist do. Okay, I'll let that one go. I'll let him explain a little bit more on that. Then we have y'all know what that means?
That a terrorist does what a terrorist do?
Yeah.
I mean,
that basically you can't. It's the argument that like no matter what, bad people are going to do bad things, so there's no stopping them.
Right.
Okay.
The terrorists.
Yeah. So CJ Bright had a good one. He made me tear up a little bit. Him and I, we had a Batman vs Superman moment. Besides childish reasons of Iron Man, and by Iron Man I mean War Machine, that's my boy, was a hero I loved as a child, and a link between my mother and I and our love for comics. I guess his mom loved comics and loved War Machine too, so that was pretty cute. I just think that Stark's team really wants what's best for the country. Meanwhile, Cap is doing what he can to save his friend, which is selfish. Not that he doesn't deserve to be selfishness. Right, he doesn't deserve to be selfish, and not. But this is what he's used to. I gotta read this again. I just think Stark's team really wants what's best for the country. Meanwhile, Cap is doing what he can to save his friend, and kind of not what he's used to standing for. Part of why the serum worked for him to begin with was his selflessness, but that's not how he's portrayed in this movie. Maybe I need to read Civil War comic to get it, but it seemed to me that justice is on Stark's side. Plus, I want Cap to burn if they kill Rhodey. That's the best comment ever.
Oh, he's gonna burn. Better get some marshmallows because he's gonna die. Like s'mores.
Oh man, we got one last. Actually, I want to read Richard's right quick. Richard had a good one. Richard Jarn.
Yep, that's my favorite one.
he said Team Cap is here simply because he f's up less than Iron Man. I trust his decision making over Mr. Stark.
How you can't get any more poetic than that. Give the man his prize. Give the man his prize.
That man's a poet. Man's a poet.
It is. That is the most realist line. Like, guys, we got introduction paragraphs, 3 supporting paragraphs, and conclusion, and this dude writes one sentence that makes sense. And everybody else is writing books. Drops the knowledge, man.
Drops the mic.
Drops the vibranium on the ground.
Pick that up.
Then we have another Jose, the Jose I talked about earlier, Mr. Jose. Everyone continuously uses Ultron against Stark, which yes was not the best ideas, but he was in fact done with the greater good in my mind. Contrary to Rogers claiming that it was merely Stark's inflating ego, as always, the proof is there that when we see during the events of Iron Man 3 that Stark is clearly suffering from PTSD as a result of New York. This being brought up on Stark witness. I can't even read all this crap. Sorry.
Maybe you should paraphrase it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to paraphrase. This is a lot because I'm going to be reading this all day. What he pretty much said is that he had PTSD, so he gets a pass. What he also said that Stark had no hand in what happened in DC. I guess in Winter Soldier. That's true. Those events were strictly between Rogers and Hydra. Oh, wow, this is pretty good. Even though Rogers clearly could have asked for help from others besides Romanoff and Fury, but didn't. That's actually a good. I like that. He made it his fight.
You mean ask for help like they did in Age of Ultron, and they toppled a bunch of African countries and lifted islands off the ground?
And got Quicksilver killed?
Like that kind of help?
That kind of help? Yeah. Nothing?
Yeah, interesting.
No? Just saying. All right. Move on.
Hello?
Yep.
Yo.
Oh, man, that's bad. I don't know what happened there. What I was saying is that it's pretty much he didn't ask nobody else for help, and there's of course there's other Avengers there. But then I thought about Thor: Dark World, and the Earth was crumbling, and he didn't get no help either. So, but I like the fact that he said that hey, he could ask for help, and he didn't.
Oh, you missed my point entirely. So.
Well, I'm glad I missed it. No, I'm joking. There's a reason that happened. I heard you talking, that just shut it down.
Huh? What? Dude, that's a brilliant argument right there. Just like, huh? What?
Difficulties. Sorry.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna split the prize up, and I'm gonna give one to Jason. That was on, and it's between you two. You choose between Richard or CJ.
Richard.
Okay, cool. So I got to split it up because Richard had a good one, and Jason probably had a good one as well. But Richard's is just guys. I mean, guess what? If you go to Marvel X DC, you can see everybody's responses. I made a post that has everybody's submission, and I'll even post it on the Top Trio site. You guys can go to Top Trio 3 on Facebook, and you guys can see everybody's submissions as well. They were very well done, and I think they should get some praise. So. Go ahead. Oh, somebody had something I had to say. Okay, whatever. So, me personally, I gotta get off of here because I gotta get my mind right to see Captain America: Civil War tomorrow. Like, I gotta get freshened up. I gotta shave.
Yeah, you do.
So,
really, you make one more point.
Hey, go ahead.
We didn't talk about Ant-Man, and that whatever side that Paul Rudd picks is the correct side because that means the most
it's one of those times where it's time to sign off. Like, we got no more time now to even talk
Paul
about
Rudd for president.
I mean, he is America's sweetheart.
He is so charming.
Oh well. Isn't Paul Rudd? Isn't Wasn't Hank? Was not Hank Pym. Scott Lang. Isn't he dead? Technically dead.
Scott or?
Yeah, Scott Lang. Isn't he technically dead?
In the cinematic universe?
Yeah, then he.
No,
in the Ant-Man. Remember they was like yes. Remember in the Ant-Man they were saying he got worried about doing something again. What was it in the Ant-Man? Remember he was like something came up. But it was like that he can still go around. People just can't know he's a. Oh no! I'm thinking of something else. Cut that all out.
You just trying to kill off Ant-Man?
Yeah, that was a better movie. That was a better movie. Yeah, that was
good movie.
Better than what it's supposed to be.
Paul Rudd on Oscar.
Stop. Just stop talking. Time to go now. Yeah, okay, bye everybody. See y'all later. Oh yeah. Turn this off.
All right.